everyone, and thank you for watching my new video. I'm Marjolein, I'm a fluid artist from the Netherlands, and from my art studio I would like to show you what I do. And today let's talk about spray paint. I'm using a lot of spray paint in my paintings lately and I am really obsessed about it. And I'm using this spray paint for that. It's here from the discounter, but it's not available elsewhere. I bought it by the Action here in the Netherlands, and the Action is also in Germany, I think, in France and Poland. I don't know where it is. It's everywhere. It's not available elsewhere. So I think I receive 20 questions about my spray paint every day. Most people ask me what spray paint to use because what they use is really clumsy or really dries so fast that you cannot work with it. This one really works. I know it's perfect, but there was a person who told me that maybe the spray paint from Pebeo will work, this one. And it looks almost the same. There is also deco spray on it, and on this one it's also deco spray. So I am really excited to use it and test this one, and I really hope it will work. So I can tell you, you can use this one, and I will cross my fingers that it will work. So let's see. And I really want to mention that person that sent me the message and sent me the idea to use this spray paint, but I cannot find that message anymore. So if you are watching and you told me, thank you. This is really, I really love it when people have some suggestions or help me with some things that, and this was a really big problem. No, not yet. It was a big problem because all the people wants to make the, I will call it the fantasy swiping with the spray paint, but I always have to say, I don't know where you get it. I use this one, but it's not available where you are. So I really hope this will work, and let's test it right away. This is everything that I will use in this painting. Of course, the paint. This is the Oxide Black from Amsterdam and the Titanium White from Amsterdam. And I'm using the Pearl White from Amsterdam. It's an Amsterdam party. It's a light gold from Amsterdam and the deep gold from Amsterdam. I'm using my white and my black cell activator, and I just made a video where I made those two cell activators, and I will link that video in the description. And of course, for this test video I'm using my Grown Gold deco spray paint that I always use. It's here from the Netherlands, so not available overseas. So that's why I'm testing this one, and I'm so excited to use it, the deco spray from Pebeo. I'm really so excited, and I'm looking forward to see the result. And I will spray it in this cup, and then I'm only use the liquid paints. And of course I'm using my palette knife because I will make a swipe. Let's mix the colors, and I will do that over there, and I will tell you exactly what recipe that I will use for this paint. Let's see you over there. And I have two new cups. It's from the yogurt here. I really love this. It's really great quality. And the yogurt is yummy. And I used it for my previous video. So it's not completely clean anymore. But that's okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's mix black and white first. And make sure you clean your cups when you use cups from your yogurt or something. Clean them really good, because if there's a little bit of yogurt still in there, then you get mold. And been there, done that. It's really not recommended. Let's start with white first, because now everything is still clean and I don't want any other colors in my white paint. So let's start with white. And I don't want paint on my dress. 1 part paint. One part paint. 2 parts Floetrol. It's this one, it's the Obertrol Floetrol. One 2-part Floetrol. One and a half, maybe 2, but I will start with 1.5. And let's mix it, and I will speed it up. This is perfect, and 2 was too much, so 1.5 is the best for this. Look, it's really thin, and sometimes it's thinner than the other times because maybe I used a little bit more Floetrol or more paints. It's not exactly the same old every time, so, and this is perfect. So sometimes I use 2 parts water, but now 1.5 part water. But I can show you the consistency so you can check it if you are making the same paints. Look, this is the consistency that I was looking for. Look, it stays there for about 2 seconds, trace, and then it disappears in the paint. Look, this is perfect for the technique that I wanted to do. So, perfect. I love this. So this is the perfect consistency. So let's use that one. And I will make the black one exactly the same, but I will skip that part for you. It's just exactly the same as the white, but then another color. So now I will mix all the other colors and I will come back to you when that's done. So now I'm mixing my paints here. I already mixed the white and now I'm mixing the black. I really love to mix my paints. It's really calm and relaxing. I will come back to you when my paints are mixed. And happy mixing! So all my paints are mixed and now I will do a quick drip test so I can see if they are all the same consistency and I can add some water to one or another. Let's do the drip test. Let's see. Oh, the white is really thin. Look, the white is the thinnest. So I will add a little bit of water to the black and the gold and the pearlescent paint. Those are all the same, but I cannot make this one thicker. So I can only make the other paints thinner. Yeah, I can make it thicker, but it's not really handy. So let's thin those other paints a little bit. And I can add a little bit of water to each of those paints, just a little, not to the white. Just a little bit more here. I just added this is more. Let's see. Mine was already done. And sometimes when your paint is a little bit old, it gets a little thicker, so you need maybe sometimes you have exact the same paint, but one is open for a year and the other ones are new. Then you can see the difference, so you can feel the difference between the consistency. If you mix them exact the same, the older paints will be a little bit thicker. So then you add a little bit more water. Let's make some room here and start with this test video. So let's grab those 2 cans of spray paint and let's see them close. This is a deco spray paint that I use all the time, and maybe you can read it somewhere, I don't know. It's dangerous. I cannot see anything, there are so many words on it. But this is it's for 200 milliliters, a half to 1 square meters. Deco spray, and this one has the exact same name, deco spray. Decorative spray paint, chrome opaque. see. Also from 1.5 square meters, and this was 1 to 1, no, 1/2 to 1. So I think it's thinner or so. You can paint all these things, I'm not sure. You could paint on wood, on canvas. Look, I'm using it for canvas. High quality, quick drying. Oh, that's not good. Quick drying, covering, light and weather resistant. I don't know. Shake it. Let's use it right away. Deco spray from Pebeo. Let's see. Let's start with that. I have a bigger one because I want those two canvases next to each other so I can really see the difference. There is a hole in it. Do you see it? And I told you I will reuse those old canvases because this is a test video and I don't want to use or spill any good canvases on this. And my plan is to make a bigger painting with those paints so I can also test the paints together. So that's a test video in a test video. I'm testing the spray paint and I'm testing this color combination. And because it's only a test video, I will not tape the back of this painting. But I will use my large push pins, and there are already holes in it, so it's very easy. Reuse the holes there. Good. So let's put on an apron because I think this will be a mess. So that's better. And of course, when I'm using my spray paint, I go outside and spray the paint in my cup outside of my studio, not inside my studio, because all those toxic gases or fumes or something, I do not want all those things here in my studio. So that's why I always go outside and spray the paint outside in this cup. And when I'm using the spray paint inside, because sometimes I use the spray paint on my canvas while it's here in the studio, I use a respirator or something, a face mask, or and I have a good ventilation system. So safety first, and please take care of your own health. And I am really not wearing the right clothes for this. but I was so excited and I really want to start right away. So let's start right away. And I will start with the black. And I will make a black base color, black and white, because I was planning to make this painting also a bigger one, and I told you already. But then I would like to make a split base, so one part white, one part black, and in between I want a swipe. So that was the idea. So I will do that also in this painting. And there are a lot of air bubbles in my paint because I mixed it just before. So let's see. First we make the base color. And I will make two exact the same paintings. So I do exact the same thing on this one and on this one. I never made a split base before, so I don't know what I'm doing. And I will use my palette knife to cover the canvas. Almost the same. Now let's use the torch. Or not. Let's refill my torch. So let's see, it's almost the same, but not the same. And let's use some black on the white. So I'll make a line here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I just do some. That's the best thing about fluid art. You can do whatever you want. And I love it. Because here I would like to make my swipe. And I will add the pearlescent paint in the middle. And now the two colors of gold, the light gold and the deep gold, just the same. And here. And here is my deep gold, and I will do exactly the same, but I will use another spoon for that. This one is better. And I was just thinking that it was better to use the pearl paints on the black, but I use it also a little bit on the white, so I don't know, we'll see what will happen. It's just a test. Let's see. Now it's time for the spray paint. But because I use spray paint, I first torch my paint really good with my torch, because I cannot torch it afterwards. You can torch it, but after 10 minutes after you use the spray paint, because otherwise it's flammable, and it will take some time to not be flammable. So torch now, then the spray paint, and then do not torch for 10 minutes. Safety first. I did it. There was a flame here, so it's that was really exciting. All right, let's use the spray paint. And first, I will first use my spray paint first, and I can really see the difference. But I have one open here, so let's see. Let's go outside and spray this in this cup. So look, this is how my spray paint looks. My old spray paint. That's funny, right? Let's add it here to the paint. In the middle somewhere. I will drip it. I think it's too much, but we will see that. So first I will make this one. And then I will start with this one. Because otherwise the spray paint is too dry. And I will swipe it black. And this should work because this is the paint, the spray paint that I always use. And look at this palette knife art. And the paint really stays and floats on the other paint. Love it. And here you can see the canvas coming through because I think my palette knife went into the paint too much. But I will tilt that off. Or I can add a little bit of white there. So let's start with this one, and I will make some extra lines here. And add a little bit of white there. Let's stretch this one out. And I will let this one be there. Ooh. Let's see, let's stretch this one out. The composition is not perfect, but it's to test the spray paint. I love the colors. I don't love this part here, so maybe I can tilt it off. My plan was to make a split base, but I love it. Let's fix that corner. All right. This one is already lovely. Love the colors. And I'm definitely going to make a bigger one with those colors, but hopefully I can use the Pebeo spray paint on the bigger one. So let's start with testing the Pebeo spray paint. I am so excited. Let's see, where is my spray paint anyway? Here. And maybe I will use another cup because there is some spray paint in this one. All right, let's go outside. So there is already one difference. I sprayed, I think, 2 seconds, and then I have already enough paint. But with the other paints I have to spray for 7 to 8, 10 seconds, then I have the same amount. So I think it's really more fluid or something. And I will show you how it will pour, how I will pour it on my canvas. Look, this is how it looks. It's also a little bit a different color of gold and really much more liquid. So let's see. Let's add it here on the canvas. Exactly the same as the other paint. Look, for this it looks the same now. Let's swipe through it. Let's see. If this will work. Now I will film it close up for you. Start here. For now it looks the same. But it will, look, it's really thin there. It runs off the canvas already. But also with palette knife art. Let's see. I think most of the paint is falling off here. And it reacts a little bit different. And so I will tilt this way, so hopefully there will come some spray paint back. Let's see. Let's see how this works. It's really different. It looks different. And there is not so much spray paint. Is there more in this cup? No, it's all gone. It really stays really small. Small dots of paint, spray paint. But it's not dry yet, so it doesn't dry really fast. But it looks different. It's different. But it worked. I will leave it here in the middle. Now I can fix the corners so it doesn't look the same as this one. So maybe I will stretch it a little bit further, this corner here. Now I will leave it like this. It worked. That's all I have to say, I think. This spray paint really stuck together much more than this spray paint. This spray paint really goes into small particles. And this stays more one big particle, and this is really a lot of small particles. But maybe because there's most of the spray paint runs off the canvas because it is really thinner. It's so much thinner than this spray paint. I will clean my hands and I will show you the close-up. Look here, you can see this is really a big particle with some weird shapes on the outside. Look, and there's a big part. It really stays together. A little bit on the edges there are some small parts of gold, but in the middle it's really one piece. And this one you can really see the difference already. A lot of small particles there. They really not come, they're all falling apart or something. But it is beautiful. Here is a bigger part. Ooh. Okay, now that's my finger there. Sorry. Ah, stupid of me. I love it. This looks more like a big island. And this is really small. Really small islands. So that's the big difference. But I need to fix this part because I couldn't tilt. If I tilt it more, it will be more apart. And I really tilted this one really far and it still stays together. But that's the big difference. So the paintings are done and I have to tell you that I am a bit disappointed. I really thought that the paint will work and I was happy to tell you that the spray paint of Pebeo is exactly the same as my spray paint that I use. But it is not the truth. It's really a different spray paint, but it's really fun to use it anyway. So this spray paint will work, but not exactly the same as my spray paint worked. My spray paint really stuck together and make a big part of gold, and the spray paint from Pebeo makes a lot of small particles like fireworks in the sky. It's a little different, but also fun. And it do not. I heard some people say that it really dries fast or really clumsy when you swipe through it, and this one is not quickly dry, and also you can swipe through it and it will not clump together or something. So that's perfect. So I can tell you that this spray paint will work for the fantasy swiping, but not exactly the same as the fantasy swipe that I make. So that's a really big disappointment. But there is a spray paint that I have in my on my shelf, and I did not use it before. I used it before in a video, and then the spray paint really got weird and clumsy and really dries fast. So I think that's the spray paint that's all the other people are using. It's this one. I have it, and I tested the copper color, but that really gone weird. So maybe I will try this also and try to see if this one is really bad. So I'm sure this is not the right spray paint. This is really the wrong spray paint. But then I can show you 3 different spray paints. I'm not sure this is available where you are living. This is here from the Netherlands also, but I think it's a brand that's global sold, I think. I don't know. Look, is this focus? Look, there it is. It's this one. It's Effect Spray Gold. So maybe I will test it also. I have paint. I have paint. I have more paint. But I do not have much time. So that's the big thing today. So I will take a short break, and I will think about it, and maybe I will make another painting with this spray paint to show you what happens when you do not have the right spray paint. Because I think this spray paint is not good. And I will use another old canvas, and I will reuse this one. Oh, this one I really love. Do you love this one? It's for my November challenge. I have no idea. Number 23 is this. So if you want to see this video, number 23 of my November challenge, you can see how I make this one. But now I will paint over it. The previous one with the split base, I don't like that very much, so I will make a black color, and here I'll make a ring pour, and then I will swipe between those two things. I think that's better. I don't know. So this is really also a time to test some new things, some new colors, some new color combinations, some new products. So let's do that also. Not the cup that I want, but let's see. Let's make a ring pour first. Black, pearl, light gold, dark gold. What's it called? What's it called? That gold. That gold is called deep gold. White. I'm not sure the white is good next to. Let's start with black and make the same order again. Black, pearl, the black pearl. Hey, the black pearl. Black, the black pearl. Black pearl. That's the pearl. The black pearl. Did you watch that movie? Yes, I think you already watched that movie. And I will end with black. Alright, I think this is enough for the ring pour here. Let's make a ring pour here with the black pearl. Let's see, let's make a ring pour here. It's a moving ring pour actually. It's good. And then my idea was to make this part black. And then I will swipe. There. Yes, this is great. This is great. But I will use, of course, the spray paint first, but I'll add some colors here. I love it when there's some fluorescent paint here. Or I swipe. Let's see the spray paint. Here it is. This, I think it's a new one. Oh look, it's a really new one. How does it work? With a screwdriver. And now it's already painted black. You can see. I'm such a messy person. See, everything is black. Do I have a screwdriver here? No, I guess not. If you have a scissors, can I use a scissors for this? Okay. I will spray it in this cup outside. Ooh, I'm very light. It's the same as the Pebeo. I really had to spray 3 times, then I have enough paint for my painting. So I'm not sure this will work. Let's see. Look at here. It's almost, it looks the same as the paint from Pebeo. And I really had to spray 1 time, no, 3 times, and then I have enough paint. So it's really thinner than the paint that I use. So let's pour it on here. Look, it's really thin. But it really floats on the canvas, so that's good. And let's add some, look there, it's really pretty. And let's add some cell activator on my palette knife and see what will happen. Let's see what will happen with this one. spreads really fast. And that's what I remembered. And also a lot of comes off there. So it's really, it's so liquid that everything is coming off. And look, there are some small parts. Ooh, it looks fun, but different. And here you can see all those small particles coming, and some big cells. Looks funny. Why is it white? Maybe there's some air bubbles underneath that will pop. And a big block of gold there. Let's see what will happen. Oh, look there, this is pretty. Look, cell reaction on my table. So it really gives more cell reaction. That's new. That's not what the other paints has. This was not happened with my other paints, the cell reaction on my table. Funny. Let's stretch this one out. It's thinner, really thin. It stays together. And there's a big thing there. Drop. That's not nice. So I tilted it off. I don't like you, I tilt you off. Let's go back. This is really different, but there are some big cells coming through and I don't know where they are coming from. Look at those cells. There's some holes. It's like a big cheese, a gold cheese. I just want to know what happened when I stretch it further. There are some holes coming through. Where are those holes coming from? I don't know. It looks weird. There's a hair in it. I think the ring pour is a little bit too busy on the lower part, so I will tilt it off a little bit. But the table looks great. That's something I have to say. You can make it a different shape there. This one will work. I prefer my paint, sorry. It is gold, it really shines. This is also very different than the other two. This one is really a web. This looks more like a lace from the swipe, but I did not swipe there, so I'm not sure where that's coming from, and it really makes some big holes. I will show you the close-up. Look here, this is what I mean. Look, there are a lot of holes and it looks like a lace. It is pretty though, but different, and I'm not sure how this will dry, but I will show you the dry results, of course, when it's dry. Look, here is something drying already. Look there. You can see it. There are also wrinkles there. So I'm really excited how this will dry. Because you can make a really nice result when it's wet, but you cannot hang it on the wall when it's wet. So there, that's also a wrinkle. And do not look at the design, because the design I don't like the design at all. And the table looks pretty. I want to show you. Look at the table. Whoa. Look, and that's also drying really fast. Look, here it's already drying. So that's, I think, what you mean. But it dries really fast. And this is a really small kind of canvas, but if you make a big canvas, maybe that's a problem. But I love it anyway. It is really shiny and it's gold, but I think it will not dry well. But we will see that later. When it's dry, when it's dry, I will show you the dry result, of course. Ooh, funny. So the test paintings are dry and they are here in my hands. Look, this is the first one and it dries exactly like all the other spray paint paintings that I made. So it's not a surprise that it looks it looks great. Look, it's dry and it really dries flat. So there's no problem with this spray paint. This is the spray paint that I always use. And now the big test, the spray paint from Pebeo. How does that dry? Look, it dries exactly how it was when it was wet. Look, and there are some weird things there, but don't look at that. Only look for the spray paint. Look, really small particles like fireworks. It's pretty though, but maybe I will test it again and then hopefully it will not be swiped off when I make the swipe. There was a lot of paint coming off, runned off the canvas when I was swiping. So maybe next time I will not do the swipe, or maybe I can use it another way. But I used it with the swipe and it really falls apart. That's I think that's the word what I was looking for. It falls apart, and that's funny. That's funny if you want that. but I want a big part of gold, so that's why I'm not. Yes, maybe with another. And the last one. Yes, and it dries really weird. Yeah, I will show it. When it was wet, it was really nice, but now it's dry. Look, can you see it there? There. Look there. It really shrunk or something. It's like a balloon when you deflate a balloon, and it's wrinkly. But it is funny. It has a texture on it now. And it's really webby. So you can see a different spray paint gives a different reaction and a different result. So that's really funny. But I love my spray paint the most for now. But I think I will give the Pebeo another chance. So I will use it again next time, because this is the end of this video and I really love to test those things. So if you have a suggestion for a test, please let me know and I can test it for you. So that brings me to the end of this video, and I hope to see you next time, and I will make a bigger one with those colors. So if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe, because you don't want to miss that video. And as I always say in Dutch, houdoe. I will take this away with me. Houdoe.